All right, hello, I'm James Ball. I'm in a group with Thomas Hu, Bill Yang, and Lee Dennis. And for our EEX 90 or for our EEX 497 final project, we created a web app that is a Twitter sentiment analyzer. So how does this work? Basically, it accepts a search query, it fetches tweets, and then it uses NLTK Vader sentiment analysis to create values, sentiment values, positive, negative, about those tweets, and then it creates a graph over time, so you can see how sort of public sentiment about these topics has changed. And we created this using the Twitter API, with React in the front end and Flask in the back end. And why would this project be appealing? Why is it interesting? Beyond just being interesting to sort of watch how public opinions change over time, this could be really interesting to someone like a small business owner or like a social media manager or a marketing executive or something like that. And with that in mind, we're going to do a bit of a live demo. So I've got the search bar here, and if I type in something, maybe we'll try something volatile first, something like Ukraine, which has been in the news a lot lately. And if I hit submit. Okay, so here we have a bunch of data about Ukraine tweets. The first thing that's going to jump out at you is the graph. Each dot on the graph is representing about 6 hours over a course of 2 days. And we can see that it's really, sort of jumping all over the place. The lower it is, the more negative the sentiment is of those tweets, and the higher it is, the more positive. And then right above that, we'll see some sort of overall data created about the topic as a whole. We have the average overall sentiment, which, as we can see, is it's close to neutral, maybe a little above. And then we have the average positive, neutral, and negative sentiments. These are, values created that go into the creation of that overall sentiment. And then finally, we have the number of tweets. We can see, thousands of tweets over the past few days about Ukraine. And then if we want to switch to a line or sort of a scatter chart, we can hit that button, and it'll. Yep. Okay. So here, each dot is representative of a tweet, and if you notice, some dots are darker than others. Those are sort of where tweets are overlapping. So you have tweets at a similar or the same time with a similar sentiment value. So, at 4 p.m., if a bunch of people are tweeting really positively about Ukraine, then you get a very dark dot around there. And then if we move below, we can see a bunch of sample tweets. And these are obviously color-coded pretty intuitively. The darker red a tweet is, the more negative it is. And the brighter green it is, the more positive a tweet is. And if it's closer to white, then it's more neutral. And for each tweet, you can see the tweet itself. You can see the time it was made, and you can see the same sort of sentiment values that we got for the the collective data as a whole. So the overall sentiment and the negative and positive and neutral values for that.